You don't get knocked out of the playoffs first round by being good.
Oh,
And I wish people would get that through their head.
it is important to remind you that.
Oh, no, Jesse, we're right there.
Important to remind you too that
I'm taking crazy pills.
the Toronto Maple Leafs had a 4% power play.
Jesus.
4%.
Oh, my God.
4%.
No, run it back. Run it back with all the primary pieces of the top unit as well.
CJ really fanned the flames of Leafs Nation on Twitter over the weekend when he talked about how the Leafs must regret letting Zach Hyman go and how that's a big regret from the organization.
Yeah.
A lot of people angered Steve Dangle when they came back to, hey, we don't really regret this. Also, the team's great right now. So what are you talking about? Let's run it back. Not to make it about the Leafs. It's
Just say you don't watch the playoffs after the Leafs are out.
Yeah, like
Just say you don't watch. It's okay. You don't have to.
I almost got into it with someone yesterday, and I'm like, I think I'm done justifying this take. No, that's enough. No, you justify it to me. They keep losing. You justify it to me. Why they should run this back?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, I'm done pitching this.
Now,
Dude, you lose 7 out of 8 series. It's a foregone conclusion that you're breaking it up unless you give me a good reason why they shouldn't.
CJ is right in this tweet because I don't think an organization does recover from losing a guy like Zach Hyman. But at the time, that contract seemed pricey. And I think what CJ is saying too, more than the 50 something goals, because I don't think anybody that told you when Zach Hyman left the Leafs that he was going to get 50 goals would have been somebody that it's like, okay, you're not a serious person.
I believe 30 was possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Max. 35, maybe.
No, it's Zach.
Yeah. But I think more than that, and this is where Zach Hyman gets a lot of credit in the NHL, but they don't talk about it a lot. Like in NHL circles, but they don't talk about it a lot media side, is what he brings to a team generally. The work ethic, everybody loves him, real team. Like there are things about Zach Hyman that are, everybody's got that guy on the team that everybody loves. Like he's the glue guy.
Dude.
And everybody loves Zach. Everybody loves this guy.
Did you see him mic'd up on the Oilers bench cheering on Connor Brown's breakaway goal?
Yes.
I was just like, end it already.
He was known for, from the time he was in kindergarten, having an otherworldly work ethic. Yeah. Like his kindergarten teachers said this. And on top of that, he happens just to be a great guy.
To read the tweet from CJ, since we're referencing it, looking back, I'm not sure the Leafs have ever made a bigger mistake than letting Zach Hyman walk away. That's an all-timer the organization never recovers from.
And nobody could have called that at the time, but I think he's right. And it doesn't mean you wouldn't go back and make the same decision with the same information.
With
the same information, I think everybody probably does what the Leafs did.
It's both sides of the coin. You do this, but it was also a mistake.
Yes.
Absolutely. Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to have both sides of your mouth talking about this issue?
I think you're allowed to say, yeah, that really sucks. And that they screwed that up. Secondly, what intelligent general manager would have given him that contract at that
Ken
term?
Holland.
Ken Holland. Yeah, Ken Holland. Who's known for great contracts. I think he had a career high 21 goals at that point. With the Leafs?
No, because he had maybe the 34 one came in Edmonton, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think it's career high 21.
Yeah, but he didn't play a full season.
Yeah, it was so if you do it like goals
18,
per
19,
game,
71 games, 21 goals.
But if you do the goals per game, the 21 and 51 looks really good in the 1920 season.
But then he had the next year where he had 15 and 43.
But that's a 30 goal pace.
Okay. Yeah, 30 goal pace. By the way, thanks. Shout out to friggin' who was it? Edler, who need him and ruined all that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's 2 straight years in 1920 and 2021 where he's on a 30 goal pace, and then the seasons are both shortened season.
Yeah,
for him.
Also, his plus minus stats, even though we don't really care about them, are kind of fucking crazy.
Good things happen when he's on the damn ice. He's a good player.
They're goofy. They're exceptional.
We've always known this. It's so frustrating.
And he's doing it in Edmonton with about the same ice time as he got in Toronto, about 19 minutes, 30 seconds a night. It's crazy. And I think I think in that regard, I think you go back, I think most general managers do what Kyle Dubas did, because here's the deal. Would they have wanted to keep Zach Hyman? Yes. Could they? No. Why? Because they had 4 massive contracts. The time for this team to win, and this is why, I keep going back to, they got to move on. The time for this team to win was 19, 20, and 21. That was when the Leafs window was.
What happened those years?
First round and out. And I think, let me look it up, first round and out. Actually, one of those years, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Columbus series doesn't count.
They didn't even make the playoffs that year. They call it the postseason. It's not. It was a play-in round. You lost. Stop.
So anyone who wants to keep this core together, like I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, like just
maybe Zach Hyman was the member of the core we didn't realize. I
want to bring them in and give them a gentle but sincere hug, and just be like, help me understand this. Help me understand why you want this team to do this to you again.
I think they're afraid of being bad.
Do you buy into the perspective that the team has had very successful regular seasons?
Yeah.
And some people just enjoy watching a very good team. You know, you win 50 or whatever, how many games. You put up 105 points.
Yeah.
NHL doesn't want to do
winning
wins and
around
losses.
50 games a year.
So
really good.
Yeah,
really
105 points, 110 points, whatever. It's a great team. They're fun. They go to the playoffs. They lose. That's disappointing. But you just enjoy watching hockey and you got a decent team.
You know, those.
What do you say to those fans?
What I would say is those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And I'm old enough to remember when the teacher's pension plan, which used to own the Leafs, was always ripped on and accused of keeping the Leafs just good enough to make the playoffs, win a round, maybe 2, get us, get all the little piggies lining up to the trough and eating their slop, and then they don't win a cup again. And then they come back next year with more expensive beer and hot dogs and season tickets and merch and everything.
You forgot the time where they wrote a note to the fans. The New York Rangers were not the first team to do this.
I don't remember that.
The Leafs wrote a note to the fans.
How about the time they had a parade for losing in the 3rd round in 93?
Did they?
You bet your ass they did.
Okay, yes. Well, that was a long time ago. That was like Steve Stavro era. That's pre-people.
Well, and that's not my era either. I was 5 years old for that. But I read up on history, guys. Like this has happened several times over the course of the team where they've been accused of being good enough. Don't be afraid
to try to
be
get better.
Bad if where you might end up is great.
Yep.
If you want to stay at good, that's on you. You want to stay at okay? They're okay. You lose in the first round, like 16 teams miss the playoffs, and then there's 8 teams who get knocked out in the first round, and you are somewhere between the bottom and the top of those 8 teams. That's okay. Good for you. You're on the good side of okay. You're on the positive side of okay. You're in the green.
So what you're saying is that's not for you.
No, it's not. I'm tired of bringing home C pluses and B minuses.
But Steve, what if they trade Marner and things change?
You tried.
So that's no. And all I said, you see what I said there? Things change. I think there's a lot of it comes down to, well, at least we have this. At least we have this. At least we think we have a chance.
It might work for us.
It's a mirage, though. It's a mirage. So, the idea that they have a chance going into any first round at this point. You guys have got to be serious, right? Like they don't. And if they do, they're going to get killed in the second.
We'll just keep losing Zach Hymans, and we'll keep losing Trevor Moores, and we'll keep losing half the damn Oilers, and we'll keep finding Mason Marchment, signing him to a deal, teaching the dude like how to skate. Like he was a talented raw player with poor skating. They taught him everything, spent thousands and thousands of dollars over years of development, and then went, here you go, divisional rival. Here's a perfectly good player for you. And now he's making millions of dollars in Dallas. Justin Brazeau, we're going to scout this kid. We're going to roll out the red carpet. Everyone wants this kid. Everyone wants this kid. 6'5". He's got over 60 goals in the OHL. Everyone wants this kid. And we won the bid. We won the bid without even having to give him an NHL contract. That's how good we are. We're the Toronto goddamn Maple Leafs. And we're going to spend years and thousands of dollars and time with our experts and experts who we painstakingly took from the farthest corners of the world, because we have the best team hockey can buy, best people hockey can buy. And we're going to teach this guy, here's how you be 6'5" and score 60 goals, but also move. And here, divisional rival, you go ahead and take him because we just let him walk. This is just going to keep happening.
Well, I don't think it will. But let's get back to...
No? You don't think it will?
I don't think it will.
Based on what?
Because
you
they're going to make a trade.
Me.
Because they're going to make a trade. So it's not going to continue.
Well,
the Marner's gone, guys.